In today's episode, I'm going to share with you 5 ways to remotivate yourself. If you are someone right now who has had a dip in motivation, you might be in a part of the world where it's dark, it's cold, it's wet. I know at the time of this episode, it's roughly around end of November, but the principles I'm going to share with you today will apply at any given moment that you are lacking motivation. Because I think dips in motivation are absolutely inevitable for every single person, including myself. There isn't a week or a month that goes by where I don't have a dip in motivation, where I don't want to train, I don't want to walk, I don't want to eat healthy. It happens to the best of us. But the key is having tools and things in your back pocket that you can draw out to refocus you and rediscipline you to then action what you need to do. Because I believe motivation does not last, but discipline in implementing your habits do and should do if you have aspirations of ending the year strong and being on it for 12 months of the year. Number 1, if you're stuck, you're lacking motivation, one of the best things you can do is get your pen out or your notepad on your phone and write down your 3 highest values. What do you value most in life right now? Is it your relationships? Is it your children? Is it your business? Is it money? Is it friendships, personal growth? Whatever it looks like for you, write down your 3 highest values right now, no more. And then once you've got those 3 highest values, write down how remaining unmotivated and not training, not eating well, not moving will negatively impact the 3 areas of life that you value most. Right? Attach pain to your values by not implementing the things you know in your heart you should be doing. On the flip side, if you're more driven by sort of pleasure, in relation to your 3 highest values, write down how by pushing through the dips in motivation, getting your workouts done, getting your movement in, eating good food, how they will support and enhance your personal values. It is so simple but so powerful. But if people are lacking motivation, it is almost guaranteed they've actually forgot what their values are. They're not living in accordance to their values. Because if you were, and I'm yet to coach anyone when we've had these moments with clients who've had these dips, I'm yet to coach anyone who doesn't value their relationships, their family, their career, right? But if you truly value that, then you need to remind yourself on a continual basis of how being energized and healthy supports these areas of life that you value. Number 2, and this sort of ties in with number 1, I suppose, but it might be a more specific driver with the words I'm about to share. If you're lacking motivation, write down who you love unconditionally. Who do you love unconditionally? Is it your partner? Is it your kids? Is it both? Is it your business partner? Is it your clients? I don't know. For many people, of course, it's going to be their personal relationships, their children. Next to the names of these people that you love unconditionally, one of the most powerful ways to remotivate yourself when it comes to your health is, again, ties in with number 1. How will they be affected if I'm not on my A game, I'm not healthy, I'm not strong, I'm not confident, I'm not bringing the best of who I am in my day-to-day actions? How will they be affected? Will it affect your mood in your relationship? Will it affect your sex life in your relationship? Will it affect your children's ambition, energy, and enthusiasm for life if they see you demotivated? These are brutal self-reflections, but I promise you, sometimes we need to hit ourselves hard when we feel like being off it and not training and eating shit and skipping the daily movement and going to bed late, these type of things. Number 3, write down your 3 biggest non-negotiable or dream goals. So maybe relate this right now to your end of year push. What are your 3 goals that you set out to at the start of the year? Or maybe your current quarterly goals, or maybe your current monthly goals. What were your non-negotiable goals that you just knew in your heart you had to achieve by the end of the year? If you're not on track with any of these goals, how is or how would be an unmotivated, unhealthy person be affecting these goals? On the flip side, in relation to these goals, if you do finish the year strong, you do finish this week strong even, just get momentum, and you start eating healthier, start moving more, how more likely are you to achieving these goals? Most people's goals in their career, for example, relate to making more money. Generally speaking, that requires working harder or working more efficiently. We can't do that if we're lacking energy. We can't do this if we're not mentally fit. We don't have that emotional stamina, that physical stamina. Right? You'll get more done by being fit. So write down your 3 non-negotiable goals or dream goals, or even one goal that's really important to you, and remind yourself of how being healthy, fit, strong is going to help you hit these goals. Number 4, identify your happiest weeks. So take a moment to pause right now and then think back this year so far. What weeks, maybe even months, but more so weeks, did you feel absolutely incredible with your energy, your confidence, your efficiency, your mood, your effectiveness? What were you doing more of? What were you doing less of? What habits were you implementing more? What habits were you implementing less? How were you conducting yourself? Because if you felt happy, generally we feel happy when we are living, as I've said before, in accordance to our values, and we're taking action and we're doing what we said we would do. That's the confidence builder. That's the happiness builder. So evaluate which week/weeks in your year to date you felt incredible and you felt happy. And what were you doing more of, and do more of that? What were you doing less of? And if there are some bad habits that have crept back in, or you're doing them more too frequently just now, for many people it'll be snacking, sugar, probably drinking too much. Do less of it or cut it out completely and watch you get momentum. Lastly, if you are really, really struggling to remotivate yourself, sometimes you need to lean on other people. A certain person that inspires you, that motivates you, that has the traits, that has the drive, that has the motivation that you want. Copy them or reach out to them. But as a minimum, copy the way they think, copy the way they speak, copy what they do with their food, their training. That's at least going to kickstart your momentum, because success leaves clues. If someone is a consistent person when it comes to their mindset, their training, their food, that hasn't happened by chance. They would be doing something different to the way they prepare, the way they evaluate. More importantly, they'll be doing something different with what they do on a day-to-day basis. So if you're struggling, find someone who motivates you, or find some people who motivate you, or a peer group, as I've said many times before, and try and lean on them, and just watch how much more momentum you make. But for me, these 5 things, you can't really go far wrong at any point of the year where you just know that you're underperforming and you know there's another level inside of you. Because we all have these dips, as I said at the start. But from my experience, the true high performers don't dwell on them, and they use these dips in motivation as a cue to step up, do more, train harder, eat better, sleep better, be around better people. Because as I've said before, if you're stuck, there's a likelihood that your current peer group and maybe your current accountability partners, if you've got any, are pulling you down and you're conforming to their standards. But you can change this very, very quickly. There's the 5 points. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.